I'm very pleased today to introduce to you our student speaker, Mr. Eric Ortega. Eric, come on to the front, Eric. Eric has just graduated with a Master's of Science degree in Information Technology and Project Management. Eric claims California as home. He's a children of Air Force personnel, so he's traveled extensively throughout his life. Currently, Eric works with Citibank here in Sioux Falls, and he works in information security. And at this time, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Eric Ortega. Thanks, Eric.
I'd like to thank Dr. Heflin and the rest of the CTU faculty. When I was asked today, admittedly, I was both shocked and honored. I truly appreciate this opportunity. I would like to extend my deepest thanks to the nominating faculty. Congresswoman Noel, it's a pleasure and honor to have you here today. When I first graduated college 15 years ago, I swore that I would never set foot in a classroom again. Eventually, I came to realize that in order to move forward in my career, I had to go back to school. I am still surprised how much I enjoyed it the second time around. It's important for graduates, some of whom here today might be thinking that this is the end. We need to remember why we came here. It was to create opportunities. The real reason we came here is that each of us in our own way wanted to become something more. And growing means change. Over the past year and a half, I've earned a master's degree. I have a friend whom I consider a mentor. When I told him I was nearly done, he said, "You might be earning a master's degree, but now you need to go out and be a master." What he was telling me was that the journey never ends. A degree is not a piece of paper, it's a promise. It's a promise that we are worth the effort to get better. It's a promise we need to make good on every day. We owe it to ourselves to continue to learn, and more importantly, we owe it to those around us to teach. Having a degree or two means knowing, but knowing is not as important as doing. Sharing our knowledge and experience is not something we should do. It's something we need to do. The commitment to a college education or postgraduate degree reflects a sense of who we are. It is a personification of the respect we feel for ourselves and the duty we feel towards those around us. Here, in this hall, I see those who have made this journey with me. I can only imagine the untapped potential within this group. Education isn't a thing, it's a process. It is a step on the path of our lives, but an ongoing endeavor we should never truly finish. We owe it to ourselves to continue our education. We are meant to walk that path. Learning doesn't always take place in a school, because life is the ultimate classroom. In closing, I'd like to thank my wife and my children. They've supported me as I walk this path. I'd like to thank my parents, who encouraged me to go back to school. I'd like to thank the family and friends of the other graduates here today, here to show their support. I'd also like to thank Dr. Paul Yanzik. I was fortunate enough to have him a number of times as an instructor, and from him I learned a great deal. CTU is fortunate to have him. Finally, to the graduates of 2012, we should take a moment to congratulate ourselves, but only a moment. Once we leave here, the real challenge begins. Go out there, be generous, be courageous, find the thing that you were meant to do, and do it. Every so often, life will offer a test. My experience is that these tests are never announced, and the measure of your success is a reflection of the person you've become. Thank you.
Eric, thank you very much for addressing our graduates and family and friends today. But we do have a small token of our appreciation for being our student speaker for our June 2012 commencement. Thank you. I am very pleased today to introduce Representative